so many advertisers, so many business owners, so many creators of products and services just really don't understand the power of story. They're in competitive niches where, their competitors are eating their lunch and they're going out the door with just kind of straight benefit copy. And it's very hard to compete in highly aggressive niches with just benefit-based copy. And yes, you can have a really good mechanism and a unique mechanism, and you really need that. But a story is what can very powerfully differentiate you from the competition. And so many people, I think, copywriters, business owners, product creators, just don't go to the lengths that you would go to get that story. They just get a product and they just think about it and they sit down and they try and create advertising for it, not understanding that every product has a story. Every service has a story. And there's so many people and so many elements that had to come together in order for that product to be created. And there is a story there somehow, some way.
Yeah, the storytelling is our brains as humans are hardwired to understand and crave stories, because that was the primary way of exchanging information, keeping history alive, because there wasn't writing until the early cuneiform tablets, the soft clay tablets in Sumeria that they would use a stick and poke out stuff. They started with regular stuff, but our ancestors, the writers back then, the people who learned how to write, learned how to essentially translate the stories that were spoken, were the first writers. And they weren't freelancers. They often had to have a sponsor. It was the case for writers to be either slaves or employees, or they're totally dependent on whoever had the money, because it was very expensive and there wasn't any printing. And then eventually the printing press came along, and then the people started writing on their own in France. Victor Hugo, whoever wrote the Three Musketeers, of magazines came out. These guys started writing and they became freelancers. They weren't beholden to sponsors. They actually started making enough money that they became independent. I mean, we owe it to our distant ancestors to make as much money and live the best life we can, because they often were, they had no freedom. They weren't able to write what they wanted. We can write anything we want. We can be obscene. We can write fantasy. We can write and do things, and we're responsible for the bottom line. That is a luxury that our ancestors couldn't even dream about. They were just grunts in the grinding aristocracy that ruled, the authoritarians that ruled most of the world, throughout history. So it's a heavy responsibility, and I take it seriously, frankly, being a writer. And one of the reasons I became, a guru was because when I started out, I was desperate. I'm living in my little hovel. I've got enough money for the next month's rent and maybe another tank of gas. And I'm doing this, and I got my first check for $2,000, which was going to cover everything for the next month. And then one day, very soon, like within a couple of months, I had 6 months covered. And I was like, holy shit, I have discovered a way, to make more money than I ever dreamed possible, but also to be free of bosses. And then I told my first client to go suck it. And that was freedom too. It was like, you don't own me. I'm just not going to cash your check, lose my number. Don't ever call me again. That was so freeing. It was awesome. And the benefits just kept multiplying, and it's like, then I realized businesses don't run without the writers. They can have, the guys who are firing their writing staffs, and bringing on AI, they're going to have a rude awakening over the next year and onward if they keep doing that, because AI is very limited as far as original thinking. In fact, it doesn't do any original thinking.
Yeah.
So it's going to be funny to see this play out, but a lot of the rookie writers, the younger writers, they're going to get hurt during this process. So you got to scramble. But we've always scrambled early in our careers. So if you really believe that you're meant to be a writer and this is what you want to do, then you got to work a little harder. I work really hard. I mean, I said goodbye to my girlfriend at the time because I just thought I'm going to be married to this job for a little bit. This is before I met Halbert, by the way, who just hated it that I was out there having sex and fun. Um, but the girlfriend I had when I first started, I was in my little hovel at the beach, and I just told her, I said, I got a job. I can't spend the night with you. I have to go back and I'm going to write all night. And she just could not understand that. And as I left, I was opening the door, I was just kind of shrugging. Something whizzed hit my ear and shattered against the door jamb. And I thought, I opened the door and closed it. It's the last time I ever saw her. Because there are lessons in all this and stories, and I use that story to tell other people. It's like, if you're going to be a writer for a while, you got to be married to it. You got to devote yourself to this. It doesn't have to be years and years and years, unless you're a slow learner. And especially with all the people out there now giving all the shortcuts out, and saying, don't do this, don't do this because I did this and it didn't work and blah, blah, blah. People have mapped out the past, so it's so much easier now, but it still will take you some time to get really good at it. But in the meantime, your social life, and it's like, if you're going to be a freelancer, especially, or an entrepreneur, which a freelancer is, you're working for yourself, you really got to be careful about who you surround yourself with. And your family and even your closest friends may secretly be wishing for you to fail, because if you succeed in breaking out of the box that your friends or the group you hang out with are in, which is, they want to believe nobody can get ahead. The man keeps you down. It's a stacked deck trying to get out there. So, why are you even trying, Kayla? Why, just go back to farming potatoes like you were meant to be. And it's like, as you succeed, their excuses for their own lives start to fall apart. So this may be all unconscious, but most of them will not be rooting for you. You got to be prepared for that. And then when you make it and suddenly you're rolling in it, then it's like, we've always supported you. You say, here's our buddy Caleb. We always knew he was going to go places. Well, it's a tough life, and it can be a lonely life. It's tougher if you have a family, if you have kids and a wife. It's not impossible. A whole bunch of writers have done that. They just got to be understanding that you may be doing some late nights. You're gonna be doing stuff where you're sitting there staring at the wall. I had a friend who became a writer. I brought him into the business, but he was a graphic designer at the time, and his girlfriend was a graphic designer. He used to spend a lot of time sitting there and staring at the wall. That's all she saw, was him sitting there staring at the wall with kind of a blank expression. What was going on was in his head. It was, the stories were going around, all the stuff he was thinking. And this guy was one of the funniest guys you'd ever want to be around. He could take a trip to the supermarket and back, and never not have a story when he comes back with. He saw somebody doing something. He talked to somebody doing something. He saw something happen. He observed something, and it could have been the most boring trip in the world. He would find the stuff, and he'd sit there and just kind of cogitate on the story, and it would go through in his head. And his girlfriend at the time just could not handle it at all. She thought he was wasting time, being a lazy, slug. And, that didn't last. She wasn't supportive of what he was doing. So I don't know, that's just a small piece of advice. You can turn people around too, but with success. So, if you give your first couple of checks to the wife and kids or whatever, I don't know, there's tactics around it, but really you want somebody who will support you in this crazy venture to, be a writer and be on your own.